Good morning everyone and welcome back to the Two-Headed Wolf gaming channel and Total War Saga Troy, the Agamemnon campaign. And I'm pretty curious about today's episode because we've made plenty of enemies around us, and even though we have a few very strong armies and we can resist them, they could really become annoying very quickly, or maybe even threaten the safety of one of our big armies, which will push us back. Even though not by a lot, definitely enough to make us rethink our plan. But either way, for the moment, let's just take a quick look around at some of our armies. I'll wait another turn here to construct these two siege towers, and then we're gonna attack. Mostly I'm going to attack because I'm very curious about these centaur champions.
Massacre them.
So we'll show that unit off. We have one of our assassins here. Let's try to take out this agent, and we managed to do so while also leveling up. Last success chance against this agent, or we could probably push for a higher chance. Let's see, critical success chance of all agent actions. That could be really good. 10% to attrition inflicted on enemy units is already picked up. This agent has a very weird setup of skills here. Let's get the success chance, the critical success chance. Then for the priestesses, let's see, can I do some rituals? We can. One ritual to Hephaestus here. Still can't pick anything of value. Okay, Poseidon leveled up. It's definitely not enough yet to keep him for a while, keep him going for a while, but it doesn't matter. Probably should look for another priestess in a temple of Zeus, but let's see. Let's start with this one. You have leveled up. +1 to rank of our recruits, don't care. Ammunition, the missile units in the hero's army, plus some 4% missile resistance. That is really good, and look at that, it's to all units in the hero's army. It's not only to shielded units or anything like that. So that is great. We could push even further to get more missile resistance on the missile units, plus some reload skill or armor piercing and more missile resistance to shielded. It's gonna be a interesting choice, a difficult choice, not necessarily an interesting one, because both of them seems to be fairly valuable. We have another hero which we can bring here in the Hecatas team. That means that right now we are getting a 25% reduction in recruitment costs to all units and +15 to diplomatic relations with the Achaeans. Now I would really like to get a Logetas here, and I thought about giving this particular building to Athens. They are producing 900 food. I really feel like upgrading this city to a higher level will be very helpful. On one side because it can protect us from invaders, right? Keeping Athens strong. Let's see, what else is there to do? Nothing there. We're taking a look at happiness. I just want to do a quick check just to make sure that nothing bad is going to happen. In Thebes apparently is the lowest happiness that we have, and we're still going down by 1. Events, taxes and buildings, I see. So if this is the lowest that we have, yeah, I think we're good overall. Could push Thebes to a higher level, giving even more happiness, right? Increasing the happiness by 1. But it would also increase our administration burden. We do have the gold, and not that much. Yeah, very little reasons why I would want to do anything else here. Wood production is very high. Okay, let's see if we can improve our food production anywhere or anything like that. More growth. Could place down some temples. Increase the influence would not matter. I could. Yeah. I could put a champion's hall here in the back to protect it, but there's really no reason to do that there. I'm really split on what to do next. Let's just get the 20% more resources there. And for these regions, I wasn't really planning on keeping them around. But given the amount of food that we're getting here, let's continue forward. Let me... I could demolish something, but I don't know exactly which one to demolish. Probably the charioteers. I'm not really one who would play with the chariots. Okay, and that is pretty much it for the beginning of this turn. Now let's see what Hector does here. He is trying to fight in a few regions, okay. But that's it. I really feel like destroying Hector's army back then, the 20 stack one, really crippled him. It doesn't seem like he's patient anymore to do any move that would, or to gather an army that would be strong enough here. Okay. What did they do there? They've gathered all these armies around here. But then they decided not to attack. Another war has been declared on us from the north here. I'm not gonna call allies for help just because, once again, I don't want them to be distracted. They already have enough wars on their hands. And I feel like this is very important, especially playing a long campaign. Hippolyta, ruler queen of the Amazon, has decided to rally her warriors and lead them against you. The Amazon needs a place to call home and live in peace. Once I defeat you, the dream will finally come true. Your enemy intends to sack any settlements you leave unprotected. Scouting reports indicate that their soldiers have grown bold and no longer back down from direct confrontation. Without actions to counter it, this strategy could significantly weaken your strategic vision. So this is our antagonist. At times you get this sort of direct rivalry. Sure. Yeah, Poseidon has gone down again. It takes 2 turns to do a hecatomb. Let's see. Armies. Agamemnon.
Among men.
I mean,
Bring their doom. Hold your nerve.
I'm just gonna quickly defeat this guy. The reason why I defeat him is because we might get another trait from actually defeating one of these Homeric heroes.
Enslave the captives.
And I want to get as many traits as we can. Fleet-footed horses, okay. Defeated Sarpedon. There it is. Sarpedon fell as when an oak falls, or white poplar. 20% to aura size of hero and plus 3 to influence faction-wide. That is really good. He also became legendary, giving him even more melee attack and more influence in the region.
Shepherd of the people.
Yeah, we're gonna clean up with Agamemnon here.
Show no mercy. Send them to slavery.
Good, and let's see.
Heed my will.
I can't get into the water. Halicarnassus is not well protected. Actually, not protected at all. Meaning that I can't leave too quickly. Let me give you some growth.
The Lord Marshal.
He has some Kopesh fighters, 2 skirmishers and an Anatolian youths. If I take a look over here, 2 militia, young spear, skirmisher, Achaean slingers, and a commander.
Lord of men.
Not really great to leave. I'll stay with Agamemnon one more turn.
No one gets through.
The Amazons, so they're just up here. Seems like they've retreated with their heroes. Okay. This hero is pretty much safe. And this city is not impressive at all. I could get myself some centaurs. Or I could throw in a champion's hall over here. But you can see that it would be too far from our shores.
I've got what it takes.
Yeah, you know what I'll do? Is we're gonna go forward here.
Command me.
Just getting closer. I am going to put myself in a fortified position just to get those replenishments to the max, and we're gonna march forward. I'm going to use this army probably to clear up this entire area. With you, Heraclea doesn't have a whole lot of soldiers. I feel like sitting still for one more turn here just to have enough replenishments to push further. For these regions, I feel like throwing in some of these guard houses just to have some troops to defend the area. Great. What else? Over here, we said that we wanted to fight. Oh, but they've taken some casualties. Then we're not gonna fight. If they had the full armies, then I would have shown you the battle just to see those centaurs, but because they've started depleted, don't want to waste too much time doing battles that wouldn't be fun. Okay, so we've reached administration, tier 9.
I've got what it
At
takes.
least replenishments wise, we are going very quickly here. What else do we want to have? For you, lose some morale, not just armor. Sure. We're gonna push you towards that region. We are going to use this small army and push you over here. I mean, Macedon is pretty much out. Not that we expected anything else.
Take it over.
Occupy.
Good to be acknowledged.
Okay. So this wood, gold, and some bronze. I'm really wondering whether I should keep this region or just give it to one of these factions to vassalize them. I really feel like that would be a great idea. Let's try to assassinate some of these heroes as we are going to be declaring on them soon. I am going to give you 400 food per turn faction wide and +2 to influence. Sure, don't mind if I do. We're stabilizing our economy with our heroes as well.
I love a challenge.
We will go down.
Yeah, with this guy. I would really like to reach Hector here.
That will not work. That is
But I
beyond
almost feel like I shouldn't bother. Let's attack you like that. Let's have this army of Achilles go and attack Hector.
that won't
Yeah,
work.
with the troops that he has, he cannot really he cannot defeat anyone.
Requires a strong constitution.
Let's get some more experience here by trying to assassinate him. Didn't work.
Forging war.
Push this 20 stack army over here. And we will start our battle on these lands.
Bit eager, aren't you? We've landed.
There we go.
Victory beckons.
That is going to be an interesting battle for today.
State your orders. Never subdue.
Titan. I believe we can actually replace you. Are you still wounded? He's wounded for one more turn. Okay. And what I am thinking is that I'll replace him in the army, but I am going to bring him to Mycenae and we're going to recruit a brand new set of troops. Not yet, as we do need to stabilize our bronze production. Wood seems to be okay, but bronze is going down.
The gods listen.
Okay, I'll follow this army close by. Let's take a look at bronze. This one is upgrading, this one is upgrading. This one can be upgraded one more time, so we'll do that. I feel like we could use a bit more growth here in Trika, just so we can push this further. Oh, we actually have enough population here. We just need a stone. So I'll destroy these because I will want to get some extra growth. Anything else? Not at the moment. Let's end the turn. You want a peace treaty? Well, great, but it's not happening. I don't know why I get so vindictive many times when I'm getting declared war upon. I don't really feel like doing anything else afterwards. Confederation between Sparta and Pythia. Buildings damage, okay. Let's see, oof. Our bronze production, just as this building was about to be upgraded. The bronze production building. Well, what can you do? We'll repair it and continue from there onwards. Okay, we have a hero who has recovered, so we can replace this one with you. And then we can bring you over here. It's very interesting. So now Sparta has a lot more troops. We were wondering at some point whether it would be an idea to confederate here. And maybe that is not a bad idea at this. Stone, bronze. So they don't have the best buildings. I feel like they have such a weird choice of buildings. But they do have 2 regions for stone and we're really suffering from it. You know what?
We have plenty to discuss.
I am going to confederate over here. We're gonna take 2 regions of stone, 2 regions of bronze, a bit of food. Our administration will probably hurt from it, but let's see. So yeah, we've reached maximum administration now. We're losing 16k food per turn. Oof, that hurt. But at least our bronze has stabilized. I believe we can bring this down by removing some of the armies. Let's see, Seal of Mycenae, good. Okay.
We will claim victory.
Let's work through all of this. So, you, Agamemnon, I do not care for you right now. I am going to be pushing this army first.
Make me proud.
Don't even need to fight this, we'll auto-resolve it. Ooh, that is a brutal move. Some of these animations are really good.
We're taking over.
It's like, it's so hard to decide on whether these games are good or going towards really good or going towards really bad. I mean, even on this small budget with the Saga series, Creative Assembly has managed to do a lot. There are definitely many talented people within Creative Assembly, and it's really unfortunate that these games didn't have just a higher level budget, or maybe the game market wasn't as powerful as it is today, where we have constantly new games coming out. Maybe if the competition wasn't as high, maybe things would have been better. But yeah, as I'm saying this, I am realizing that it's not really a good argument. Competition is actually really good, and I really feel like the game market is definitely a lot better nowadays than it was 10 years ago. All in all, I'm not gonna say anything more just because I feel like this. It is okay. The gaming market as it is today, it's fine. I just wish that these games would have more of a budget and maybe a bit more attention. But hopefully with Total War Pharaoh, we're going to have a good experience that mixes some of the best stuff from these games. The Sacred Way, 5% to campaign movement range in own armies faction wide and 4% to battle speed of all units. They who walk the path with reverence may receive the blessing of the Sun God, and then we can go to the Paved Sacred Way, which would increase our campaign movement range by another 5%, so it's 10% in total, and 8% to battle speed of all units. It's a very interesting upgrade.
No one gets through.
I am going to attack this city. Once again, the way that it looks is either they've been attacked, but it most likely feels like they've ran out of food.
We've increased our territory.
Because there were less troops in this village over here, and there were less troops over here as well. So they're probably starving. Can I see? We have visions on this, but it doesn't really show us how many troops there are within it.
I cannot do it.
So with you, what am I going to do? I am going to give you replenishments, 4% more replenishment.
Loyal to the last.
Diomedes, what do you have here? So you have an army made out of 4 normal spears, a bunch of light spearmen, 2 club warriors, the spearmen of Shenlos, 4 attack shielded front line. I do not like all of these light spearmen. so I am going to be reducing your army to 2 light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's remove one of these spears as well. 5, 6. 2 clubmen with these 2 light spears. 4 slingers. They're expandable. These slingers are really weak. I'm not going to be using them here. We're gonna bring this army into Mycenae. Okay. And I can upgrade this hero however I want. And you are a level 23 hero, which is really good. Pulverize. On a wall and climbing. 30% splash attack, speed, attack interval, and charge bonus. Or cleave, which would increase melee attack and armor piercing for 25 seconds. Let's start from the top. So we have the Might of Athena here. Assault and Battery, Stealth, 5 per second. So this is an ability which we can activate and it would improve armor piercing damage by 60% to the hero. Or seize the moment, which would reduce melee defense. Let's do Assault and Battery. This feels like a hero killer. Then recruitment rank, I don't care for that. Fatigue for all units, that is really something that I want, I like. 50% to dominance from kill the hero and raid resource. I think this is something that is specific to this hero in the campaign. And so I'm going to avoid the dominance. 10% melee attack and weapon damage of units with ferocity. Let's get the melee. We're gonna get melee during siege battles and in general. Zeus's Wrath, reducing armor, or throw a spear causing damage. Now let's get the reduced to armor. Enable night battles when attacking, or increase the aura size of hero. We have 13 more points. I can get a bit more morale here to the entire army. 30% damage, weapon damage of heroes, 60 damage against heroes, great. And a bit more damage of hero against sword units. Sure. Rallying Cry, or we can go into Berserk. None left standing. Guidance of Poseidon, 20% weapon and armor piercing damage of all units during siege battles. Or during ambush battles with a guide. Yes, sure. Siege battles, definitely. 20 campaign movement range on sea while at 100 dominance. Once again, this is one of those things that I think it's in particular to this hero. If you pick him. It's a campaign mechanic, basically, for this hero. Let's get some regeneration here on our health. 8% damage to all units in hero's army, or armor to all heroes. To all units in hero's army. And increase damage to shielded infantry. Okay. I'll take the damage here. Even though armor can be great, I feel like getting this extra damage to all units and all shielded units is really good. Then I'm going to go with cleave here. And we have 3 more points. So I'm going to increase the morale of spears. And there's one more effect that I can throw in. And I will do what? Rallying Cry? Sure. Let's go with the Rallying Cry here. Equipment. Let's give you some more armor. More regeneration and more happiness in the local province. Okay, that is a pretty good choice there of what we've done. with this army, we are going to take care of this last territory here from Macedon. Once again, nothing to fight over, we're just gonna take it.
We're taking over.
And just because, once again, I don't feel like this is a region that is worth keeping, I am going to be trading it away.
Reconsider.
Soon. Let's see.
Not
We are at war here.
Don't concern yourself with
Level 4 hero. I am going to assassinate him. Managed to do it.
not.
I am going to be bringing
Victory tastes
this army here in the forest, and we're gonna go into an ambush stance.
I am a legend.
This
I
faction
suppose
right
we may
here.
as well talk.
How about I vassalize you? If can't give him this region up north, I can only give him what's near him. Now I have to check again this region and see. In Dion, we said that we're getting more food. We're getting 1,000 food per turn. Not the most valuable region.
Ignoring Agamemnon is just asking for trouble.
Defensive, Raider, and Ardent Warrior. You know what? Let's give you this region. So I am going to give you Dion. Colosson, can I give you that one as well? No. I think something happened here that really pushed us. Because he would have accepted the vassalization earlier, but he doesn't anymore. Let's see, will you accept the
Alright,
region of Larissa, for
negotiate.
example? Okay. What if we say, once again, Larissa and Dion? Yeah, not enough. It's not enough for him. Then we're gonna have to change our tactics there. Okay, last move. I did promise that we're gonna have this fight during this episode. So let's just bring in some troops here. What do we have? I feel like he's gonna sally out. Most likely. We shall see whether that happens or not.
We can take.
With
I
you.
always do my duty.
Now I don't really care too much about you. But you are a level 27 hero, so... Let's start once again from the top. What am I going to give you? Growth in local province, 25. Okay, less success chance against this hero from enemy agents, and reducing the upkeep by 15% of food from heroes. Or reduce the upkeep of heroes by 15% on food. That's what I want to say. We'll get a few more missiles, and we will increase the missile resistance of our shielded troops. We're gonna get more food here. We're gonna get some extra stone as well. Affects enemies in range, minus 15 morale. or Zeus's right to remove. Let's say remove the morale here by 25%, by 25 base. Then increase the range of our troops, and we'll say the range of javelins. Armor to the hero and melee defense. Melee defense of all units during siege battles. We're gonna get some battle speed here. Siege battles especially. More night battles, or we could reduce. Let's become a siege expert with this unit. And all units gain double the experience in siege battles. That sounds really good. And finally the shout, which increases weapon damage and melee attack nearby. Have some cooldowns. Finally, we are going to be increasing the speed and stamina. And with the last 2 points, I'm just gonna get some reduced cost to agents in the region. You will be marching towards these villages right here.
It will be epic.
This guy with this army, totally not interested in keeping it. It's a very weak army. There's no point.
Strong tactics.
Let's see. Let's say that I want to be letting you in some of these regions just to stabilize them.
Defeat is unacceptable.
Yeah, these troops, not interested in keeping them around. But he does have good heroes. So I am thinking about keeping. I'm thinking of keeping them just to stabilize the region and maybe prepare for future heroes. You never know. Future armies.
Under divine protection.
At this point, we're losing 7,000 food per turn, which is more manageable. Of course.
I enjoy solving complex problems.
Let's bring you here. I think it's just a lot to manage at the moment. Let me just leave this as it is. I'm just gonna throw in some commandments. And we'll take here some extra resources. Let's see, hero can be assigned. Sure. Let's assign them over here in these temples. -1 to motivation. -1 to motivation. So let's push them forward here, give them some positions. And also give them some artifacts. You are at -2.
Always have a plan.
Here you go, +2. Another +1 here. Good, so that is a tiny bit of motivation. And let's see, where is the other one? Yeah, we shall see whether that guy remains. If that guy remains around. Okay, and that is pretty much it. Okay, let's end the turn and let's see if they decide to sally out and fight us. This episode is dragging a bit too much. I think I am in the end going to put a cut in here, and we're gonna return tomorrow with the battle. We're gonna start with it. Yeah. So they did not attack us. We got some extra movement there. and some extra attack for our melee units, or light melee units. But I am going to be putting a cut in here because this is going to be too big of a battle to finish it in a short time, and I don't want you to have wait too long. Maybe you don't have enough time during the day. But we'll return tomorrow, we'll start with this battle, and then we'll see what we do in the future. For now, I feel like we've consolidated our forces very well here, and I feel like this confederation here is actually going to pay off. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts or any advice, leave them down in the comments below, and until tomorrow, I thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all to have a wonderful day.